Okay, in this video we're going to talk a little bit about customer pricing functionality within the BlueSeer ERP application. We're going to talk a little bit about how to maintain those customers' prices that are specific for an item and specific for a customer. We're also going to talk a little bit about the unit of measure and how that impacts customer pricing as well. Okay, so let's first go to an item that we have already in our system. So enter item in the navigational text box, press enter, and we're going to pull up one of the items that we already have in the item master. All right, this parent manufactured item here, we currently have a selling price of $8. This is the default pricing if no pricing is specified in the customer price master. However, we're going to go over to customer price master and specify some prices. So address, customer menu, customer price maintenance. And you'll already see that we have a few here. I'm going to delete this one because it was an example earlier. Yes. Okay, so for our sample customer cash, which is cash generic, for the parent item we have $12.45. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and delete that just to show how we create this. Okay, so there's no customer pricing specific for this part for this customer. So we're going to create one for, say, $15. Now remember, the default item price is $8. We're going to set this at 15, click add, and we have a pricing that is specific to this currency, this unit of measure, this item, and this customer. So that if we actually went to the order maintenance right now and created a new order for that customer and for that item, you'll see that the list price is $15. If we did not have that record in there, the list price would have been $8, which is the default price from the item master. So let's go back to the customer pricing maintenance, and let's also add one that is specific to another currency. But let's go ahead and create that currency. We're going to do cartons. We're going to create a UOM called cartons, and there are going to be 12 eaches in a carton. Okay, so let's go to inventory, item menu, UOM maintenance, and we're going to create a new UOM called CT for carton. Click add. Now when you do that, you also have to add the conversion from the base UOM to the specific UOM that you're going to be applying. So there's also another menu, UOM conversion maintenance. And in this, we're going to create a relationship between each and carton. CT, there's going to be 12 eaches in one carton. And click add. Okay, so we now have that. So let's go back to the customer price maintenance, and we're going to choose, so we have one for, we already have the price for unit of measure of each. Let's create one for cartons. So here we're going to say, let's say at $125 for one carton, which contains 12 of the eaches of this item here. So click add, and you'll see that you have a new record in here of cartons at the currency of USD. You can click on these, and this should move these back and forth to whatever the values were. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create an order and demonstrate the usage of that. Test 1, click lines. We're going to do the each first, a quantity of 1, insert, and you'll see $15. Come back to main, click add, and you've committed the order. Now we're just going to go ahead and invoice that order as well, and now the order is closed. Let's print the invoice and take a look at it, and you'll see that we have invoice this parent item in a quantity of 1 at a UOM of each for $15. So now let's go back to and create the order maintenance and create a new order. Test 2, go to lines, and let's choose the unit of measure of cartons. And you'll notice the price has changed to the price that we made specifically for cartons for this item for this customer. And we'll do 1. Actually, before we do this, let's scratch this here. And let's go to the item master, item B, the browse. You can go to the item B for the item browse by typing in item B here, or you can actually just go to item menu, item browse, and it will show you the quantity on hand currently. And the quantity on hand for this parent item is -1 because we've just sold that. So it relieved 1 from inventory because it was 1 each. Now, when we go back to the order and create this order again for cartons, choose carton unit of measure, quantity of 1, so we want 1 carton, insert, 125 is the price. Click add, click invoice to invoice it, and let's look at the invoice here. So you notice we've invoiced this at a quantity of 1 carton, the unit of measure CT, for a price of 125. Now, what it should have done is the inventory, the quantity on hand removed from inventory from the quantity on hand of this item should have been 12. So if we go back to item B, which is the item browse, click run, we notice that we now have 12 more eaches removed from inventory. So it removed a carton, which was 12, in addition to the other one that we invoiced. Now that brings up an important point, that what gets removed from inventory always reverts back to the base unit of measure. Regardless of what unit of measure you use, the base unit of measure is what is relieved from inventory. And the base unit of measure for this item, regardless of what you choose in the sales order, is defined by the item master. So if we click here, we go to that item, this is the base unit of measure. And that'll always be the unit of measure that is relieved from inventory, regardless of the unit of measure that you use in the sales order. Okay, so that basically demonstrates how to create specific customer pricings for specific bill tos for specific customers. And it also demonstrates the unit of measure impact on those various price scenarios. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to blueseer.com. There's a contact page there, and feel free to shoot us some feedback. All right, thank you.